Well, that didn't take long. For those of you who watched yesterday's video talking about the music business and fears related to the coronavirus, you probably saw news today that pretty much every tour has been canceled or postponed, I should say. Actually, you might not have seen the news since it was pretty much buried under the travel ban. Wow. So I'm gonna have a drink because, watching the world burn. Having some wine today. Um, yeah. So, uh, yesterday evening, 9 o'clock, President went on. It's the first time I watched one of Trump's addresses. I don't think it's a secret for me to say I'm not a fan, and listening to him speak makes my skin crawl. But just because the way he talks just drives me nuts. But listen to that whole thing, and pretty freaky, pretty shocking shit. And I've said among my coworkers, it's a big deal because we have a lot of coworkers in Europe, friends in Europe, a lot of tours now are in Europe. That got done, and I think right after that, when the NBA announced they were postponing the rest of their season, this morning, basically can't get off social media at this point. It's Facebook and Twitter and watching the news. Live Nation, which is basically the world's biggest concert promoter, came out and said they were postponing all tours at least until the end of the month, and they'll reevaluate. Essentially, what it means right now is that any tour done by Live Nation, which is going to be anything bigger than the club tour, everybody's going home. All the shows canceled, or at least postponed. Everybody's flying home. That's going to last probably for a month, maybe not long, or maybe longer. Who knows? It won't be any news on any of the summer stuff yet for a while. Hold on a second here. Just lock off focus and all fun stuff on the camera. There hasn't been any inter-leopard stuff, and there won't be for a while. I don't suspect things. There will be. And when you guys hear about it, or when I hear about it, was probably when you guys will hear about it if there's anything happens. But for right now, any of the spring tours, those are on hold. A lot of them are being rescheduled at the end of the year, along with a lot of sporting events and everything else going on. Movies being pushed back. It's a pretty scary time for everybody. Obviously I'm partial to people in the music business because because I'm in the music business. But it's nuts when you think about all this stuff. I feel a little bit like Chicken Little in that I've been kind of watching stuff for about a month now. There's one of the channels I follow on YouTube, which is Screen Junkies, and it's kind of a movie page. They talk about it's movie news stuff. And one of the guys there has been talking about how the coronavirus has been affecting the Hollywood films in China. And about a month ago, China closed down all their theaters. I think it's the second largest amount of screens in the U.S. in the world. It's like it's two or three, maybe even be one. It's like so when they shut down movie theaters, that's like a massive hit to any film being able to show. And he brought this up, and he's like, "This is going to affect Hollywood." And I'm going, "Well, wasn't really hearing anything outside of Hollywood news on this one. It was people were just like, oh, it's China, it's the manufacturing, but it's just a little small part of China." And I saw that and immediately went, "This is not good because this is hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, by the time a couple weeks in, when you're talking every movie theater in the entire country being shut down." And so I've been like kind of being a little bit Chicken Little online about this, going, "Hey guys, we really need to pay attention to this and be aware this is coming." And almost everybody I know is doing the whole thing of like, it's fine, it's all fake news. Even today, I'm getting the whole thing of the people doing the flu kills more, like having no concept of what the hell they're talking about, or having no concept of how the numbers work, or that this is a new, novel virus. It's new. This is new. This is not like the continuation of a flu that's been going on in the fucking world. This is happening now, and it's going up exponentially. there is so much disinformation. It is blowing me away. I've even gone to the point now where I post stuff said, like, look, don't even trust me on this. Go look it up. Go to the CDC. Go to a trusted news source. This does not mean a opinion guy on a news network. Not one of the commentators. I said go to like somebody who actually go to the BBC, go to the Associated Press, NPR. Go to a trusted news source. Check the story. Check the facts. This is huge, and I don't know what a lot of us are gonna do about this. I don't know what people in the music business are gonna do. People outside the music business. Obviously, they're still gonna have to put gas in your car and go to the grocery store. So there's some stores gonna be open, but restaurants, nobody goes out to eat. What happens to restaurant workers? I don't know if I'm just watching or was watching a blogger do a live stream talking about how all their other shows they work on in California and LA are all being canceled right now. Like nobody's being allowed into the offices to do tapings, so they're losing all their work. There's so much going on that's not being addressed on a federal level that is frightening. I've seen a few people putting up pages on like some like roadie sites and stuff, looking to get interest or drop some money or some funds for people my line of work, or just making But the problem is it's going to people like me. So like if we're all out of work, it's not like I can pay for somebody else to be out of work as well. We're all in the same boat. All the stuff I've been hearing on a federal level, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that most everything is geared towards small businesses, like the relief they're talking about doing. If you're a freelancer, that does you no good. Unless you're like, if you're having a payroll tax cut does me nothing if I don't have a paycheck coming in. I don't know. They're talking about they're delaying, or like Trump had talked about. I don't know if it's actually gone anywhere past him throwing us out there about delaying the federal tax filing. But then I heard later on that it was only for certain people. I don't know how that's gonna work yet. That would actually help me because I owe a fair amount of money in taxes this year, and putting that off for a couple months would be awesome. But still, it's pretty scary stuff. I would love to hear what you guys have going on with this. Even just outside the entertainment business, I'd really like to have more of a broader conversation, either on the channel or elsewhere. I've been talking to a friend of mine about maybe doing some interviews and maybe getting up like a little live stream set up to interview people. Because I'd like to know how other people are being affected. I don't think there's I'm not hearing a lot of person on the street stuff. And any person on the street interviews I'm seeing right now are being used as sold a very, very, very particular point of view, a particular story. I don't, it's the interview guy, the one I thought was great, which is a friend I posted online, was a guy from a hospital, in a hospital bed, who has coronavirus, saying, it's not that bad, everybody should relax. It's not bad, I'm fine. And I'm like, you're in the hospital. You're literally in a hospital bed telling me that we should all relax. Like, do you not see the irony of this? Like, you don't normally go to the hospital if you have a flu if you're in good shape, healthy. I think you look like 45. I've never been to the hospital with a fucking flu. I've had it a couple times, and I've had I had N1H1 that came out, and that was brutal. That destroyed me. Still go to the hospital. Yeah. Anyway, so I'd like to hear more about what's going on in everybody else's lives. I'm gonna try to keep it short because I'm up at 9 minutes now. If you guys have any comments, stuff you want to talk about, I think I'm gonna try to do this a couple times a week, if not more. I don't know if I'm gonna get really crazy into doing massively film things anymore, but I'm gonna be doing at least some talking heads in the camera commentary, and I would love to have some conversation pieces to talk about. So chime in below on what's going on in your life, what you guys want to know about, what you want to talk about. Maybe next week or so I'll be able to get a friend over here to do a little interview, and we'll kind of go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my cheap wine from Trader Joe's. It's not bad. Otherwise, I have the camera flipped, or else I would so the logo's backward. It's Roule Rouge. It's like $6. And it kind of tastes like $6 actually. All right, I'll catch you guys later.